Hello and welcome back. And today we're talking about do the victor go all the spoils? Sometimes you can feel like you are being oppressed. You can feel depressed, frustrated, and unable to move. And you're wondering, I'm doing all the work. I'm standing for this thing. I'm fasting, I'm praying, I'm doing. And it just seems like the wall between me and the breakthrough that I'm seeking is not moving. One, in some cases, there's a delay. Two, it may not be coming from the direction in which you think or the way you think that it's coming. Sometimes you have the observation that you're thinking, oh my goodness, it's coming this way. And God's like, no, it's not coming that way. Because it's a series of steps and events and processes in which you have to complete. And as you complete those steps and processes, God's bringing the opposite direction. For instance, the ram in the bush is coming up the mountain in the opposite direction which you don't see. The thing in which you are seeking help and deliverance and all of this stuff for, God is already taking care of it. He sees your prayers. He sees what you're doing. He sees how much you're doing. He sees everything you're doing. And he's bringing the point for the deliverance to come to pass. You may not see it, but he sees it. And you're like, wait, what? Where's my spoils at? Where is it? Why? I'm dealing with my said Pharaoh in this situation, and I feel like I'm a prisoner in this scenario, and I'm just waiting to get to that thing. And God's like, I'm still preparing you for that thing. If you're obedient enough to take my preparation, you're still going to get to that thing. You just may not get to it as fast as you want to. Because sometimes when the Lord speaks, he be like, yes, this is the thing that you're going to get. And you're like, yeah. 5 years later, now you start to see it. And you're like, why did you tell me about that then? Why didn't you wait till now? And God was like, I couldn't wait till now to tell you because I needed you to prepare from then till now to get that thing ready. But boy, when the spoils come, when Pharaoh is forced to release you, the Egyptians were able to take all of the plunder. It took them days to pick up that stuff. God will release you with a bounty of spoils. Sometimes your bounty of spoils is the books and the programs and the things and the ministries and the things that you developed and all of this types of stuff that you were able to obtain in the midst of all of that. Sometimes it's the certifications and coaching and all of that you were supposed to get in order to prepare you for where the Lord is taking you. It was all of that. And in all of that, that's your spoils. Because what you're going to do with that is going to make you more money than you could have ever dreamed of had you never gone through what you went through. Had you never sat through those processes and sat and prayed and pressed and fasted and went through all the things that you had to go through in order for you to continue to walk through and make it through the things in which you were supposed to do. Yes, in that you will see the fullness of the manifestation of what the Lord is calling for you to do. And sometimes with that comes the rest. For me, I know that the Lord is taking me into a season of rest. And I can tell he's bringing me into a season of rest, even though it seems like God, I think that the momentum is really just starting to pick up on this thing. What you mean it is about to be a season of rest? I'm seeing rest everywhere. Rest, rest, rest. I'm bringing you into a season of rest. Rest, rest, rest. I'm like, wait. You was just about to get this thing up and rolling. What you mean rest? Rest what? Well, what? 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 For you lie, do you not? What you mean rest? But isn't it just like God when you sit up there and think that you're going to run your hardest? God says rest. Sit still. Don't do that. I was just saying that in the previous words. Sit still, rest, rest. God's getting ready to tell you to rest. You've already done the repenting and the forgiveness, and you are positioning the things that are to come to pass God's way. Yeah, God is forgiving, and this is when you act like a fool, and He has allotted you the time to make that slip. As a matter of fact, He knew before you did it what kind of slips you were going to make. But instead of warning you that you were going to do this, He uses that to teach a lesson to you that even in the midst of it, you can glean wisdom that you never would have gotten had you not gone through that experience. He does that in order to break you in those bad habits, so that you won't go back, so you won't return to them. And He puts you through some things that when you see them, you will automatically turn away, and you won't go back to doing them again, in a way that it reminds you to turn away from those places and spaces. Sometimes you will think you will be going in the right direction, and the Lord will do something in the midst of the thing that you thought that you were doing that was right, and He will make it extremely obvious that it was wrong. Now, this is a catch-22, because sometimes the appropriate answer will look identical to the counterfeit answer that He canceled from happening. And you may actually second guess the real thing, because it's like, are you sure? Because the last time I tried something that even resembled this, it didn't go right. It didn't go through. God will have you in a situation where you eat something and everything turns your stomach. And every time you see that thing that turns your stomach, you are trained not to eat it. You are doing something and it has a bad repercussions from it. And the result trains you not to keep doing that thing. Because once He's trained you, once He's prepared you, and once and for all, you won't ever do that thing again. It is a training. It is a preparation. And over that time, He will fully prepare you. No matter what. Pharaoh could tell Moses no till his face turned blue. But the Israelites was still going to be released. Not only were they released, Pharaoh said, leave, get out, and take everything with you. He will turn your enemies into your footstools. They picked up for 3 days the spoils that was left behind, and God killed the camp. It's going to be exactly the same for you. You have fought, you were beaten down the doors, you've kicked, screamed, and built everything, and nothing came together. But tried to move, it wouldn't happen. Then when God is ready, He will make it clear. I mean, so obvious that you might even think someone's playing a game with you. After all, this is the fact that you're just going to drop exactly what you ask for in your lap like that. I was listening to a word by Remnant Rising the other day, and it's called "And Just Like That." You might even see it drop in your lap so smooth that it'll be like, God, you pranking me? Is this real? Is this legit? No, it's God. It's God. God has opened the door. The season was correct. You no longer have to hit on that door. The opportunity is coming your direction. God will do it because God is in control. And that opportunity and that open door will usher you into that new season, that new thing. And so utterly, so completely, you will know. And you will walk into it. Just have to breathe and let it happen. And it's just like a childbirth. Take a deep breath and push. Take deep breaths. Walk through the door. Pick up all the spoils and leave nothing behind. God is taking you into your promised land. You've gone through the levels. You've gone through the testing. You've gone through the trials. You've gone through the experience. Not too long ago, I was brought back to an old video game. I used to love this video game when I was growing up. I used to play it religiously. It's called Fighting Force. And each level, there were more bad guys that you had to take out and so on and so forth. With every level, there are new things that you have to prepare for, process, learn, new lessons, new warfare, new experiences, new tests and trials. But guess what? With every level, you elevate. And as you elevate, you eventually get to the super level where you're going to fight your Goliath, your big boss, your whatever it is, in order for you to cross over into the manifestation of the blessing that you were supposed to walk into. And sometimes the big boss that you think you're going to have to fight, you don't have to fight. The fight is fixed because God already has won the fight. He just gave you the minuscule tools. Actually, matter of fact, I'm going to use this as an example. Last night I was watching another episode of Buffy. And all of her strength was gone. She could not fight. She had no ability to physically fight her opponent. And she, as a matter of fact, had injured her foot to a point that she was limping on one foot. And she had no tools. She had no weapons. There was nothing in her environment that would have been able to help her to defeat this boss. But in this scenario, she just so happened to have something that would help. She did not use strength. She used smarts. She saw her opponent's weakness. And when she saw her opponent's weakness, she took advantage of it and did something in order to make sure that they were destroyed from a very simple, minuscule act. Her enemy took pills and she poured holy water in their water. Within a few seconds of them taking the pills, they completely imploded. Smarts over strength. Sometimes God will give you wisdom to how to defeat your battles. And when he gives you the wisdom, you take the knowledge that he has graced you with, defeat your enemy, and you will pass on to that new level in which you've been fighting to get to. And it will be smooth. And that's when you'll see all your blessings just drop into your lap. For what happened to David? Was it David? Yes. For what is the spoils that will come to me after beating this Goliath? He got to marry whoever it was. Some of y'all are waiting for y'all kingdom spouses. Y'all may have even already defeated your foe. You're just in that transitionary phase where you're about to cross over into that phase. To the victor go all the spoils. You're about to receive all of your spoils. Get ready, because it's about to happen. And when it goes down, it's about to be legit. And these blessings are going to just roll into your lap, because you already did the work. And it's going to be shocking because you worked and you fought and you prayed so hard that when these blessings just roll into your lap, you're going to be like, wait a minute, I don't got to fight for this. You did all the fighting. Fighting's over. Now it's just the spoils. Pick up your spoils. Let's go. Go pick up your spoils. You already won the victory. It's time to go. Till next time, this is Taj McCameron. Much love, faith, peace, and blessings.